So we're going to get started. We were waiting for a critical mass, which is always terrific. We're so happy to have you all here. We're going to kick it over to a short video of our dean who's at commencement, the undergraduate commencement today. He's required to be there. So he's going to send you his best wishes. Brad, about ready to go? Need a minute. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't be with you today. We have commencement ceremonies, but I'm with you in spirit. As you know, Northeastern has a long history of promoting and celebrating women. In fact, this year at Northeastern, our entering class is 72% women. Our women graduates continue to inspire us. In point of fact, this year, we have 2 Black women who are heading the criminal justice system in Massachusetts. We're proud of Rachel Rollins, class of 1998, who is Massachusetts U.S. Attorney. And also proud of Kiana Givens, class of 2002, who's a federal public defender for Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. I don't believe any other law school in the nation has 2 Black women in these 2 powerful positions, an amazing accomplishment and a testament to NUSL. And of course, we're all rooting for Maura Healey, class of 1998, as she makes her historic run to be governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Go Maura. Women in Law is in its 14th year. It's been a spectacular program. Special thanks to Professor Emerita Judy Brown and to Jim Brown for their leadership with women in the law, and also for their additional special generosity to expand the program into a forum. Again, I wish I could be there in person, but I know you're going to have an amazing conference and a terrific time. Enjoy.
Terrific. So that was our Dean, James Hackney, and now I'm going to officially welcome you and do some of the housekeeping items and have a little bit of fun here at the start. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome you to our 14th annual conference that has grown in reputation each year, and we're so pleased to be with you in person as well as virtually. So welcome to our virtual crowd, but we're so pleased to be able to be in community with you. There's Judy. Jim. Walk around in a minute. We've all been through so much in our lives the last few years, this terrible pandemic. I'm so bored of it. I can't even tell you. A new way of life, insular lives, new ways of working, parenting. We will definitely tackle some of that today. It also feels like women have been under attack of late, and especially the last few weeks with the leaked Supreme Court draft opinion. We have to support one another more than ever and fight like hell. I also want all of you to be open today and to let people share their wisdom and experiences with you. I always quote Mr. Rogers, look for the helpers. Look for the helpers here today. I do want to say that safety is a paramount concern today, so we do ask that you keep your masks on in this particular room, except when eating or presenting or drinking. I am a natural born hugger. I grew up in Oregon. That's what we do. And I will try very hard not to hug today. I might break that, but I will try. We have air purifiers in here and in the lunch space, so I just wanted to know you all to know that. I don't know if they actually do what they say they're going to do, but we have them. And then a little bit of a sad note, I wanted to just take a moment and appreciate our first ever keynote speaker, who was the Honorable Nani S. Burns, class of 77 and 78. She sadly passed away this year. She supported the school and the larger university in so many ways. And I just wanted to make note of her passing. Can we just honor her with just a thought for her right now? And it was a big loss for our community. So just wanted to say that. Next up, I'd like to take a moment to thank Jim and Judy Brown for their generous philanthropy that has allowed us to initiate the Brown Forum, expanding on the program that we already have and growing it in ways which can help women advance their careers. Also really help students. This year, we were able to add the inaugural practitioner in residence. And that was, we had Deborah Katz, the nation's leading Me Too attorney, in the classrooms for 3 days, which was wonderful to have her. She was really special. She went on, she was doing a Shakespearean play with the first gentleman like the week after. And she just is a joy and a delight. We were so pleased to have her with us for 3 days. And then we just did about a month ago a masterclass in leadership that was phenomenal. Many of you joined us for that. So really expanded on the power of the Brown Forum. Judy, you remain our important founding grandmother. We're so proud of all you've done to help us increase the reach of the forum. Would you like to come up and say a few words? And Jennifer, you want to give her her special treat?
Oh my goodness.
And you've got a Miss America bouquet.
Thank you. All right. So I live in Tucson where my hair is not curly and it's not humid out and I can run down the street. So I'm sorry to be late. It was quite a haul this morning trying to get here and get a brush through my hair. But here we are. For those of you who have heard this before, I apologize, but it's my favorite story, so I'm going to tell it one more time. In 1962, when I was a senior in college, I decided I wanted to go to law school. That was weird in those days, and there were some obstacles on the way. The major one, if you wanted to go to law school in Boston, was to sit for an interview with a very famous dean of a very famous law school. He sat in a chair and we sat, all three women who were there, sat at his feet. And we were lectured about how women should not go to law school. He had a bunch of reasons. I'll just tell you two. The first was the sexist bromide about women taking the place of the family breadwinner. The second one was even worse. He knew for a fact, he said, that women were incapable of linear thinking. Well, I taught here for 30 years, and I taught a lot of brilliant women and brilliant linear thinkers. So one of the purposes of this gift that Jim and I made was to encourage and sustain women who refuse to believe it when they are told that they cannot do something. Steve Subrin said at my retirement party that I didn't care about many things, but I only cared about three of them. One was my family, the second was this law school, and the third was the fight against race and gender discrimination. We are losing that fight, as I'm sure you are aware. We celebrated our victories too loudly, too early. We took our eye off the ball, and we are moving backwards. Too many of us didn't realize how quickly this was happening until we read the leaked draft of Justice Alito's grotesque, ahistoric, I could go on with every adjective I could ever think of, misogynistic screed against Roe, citing as his authority a British 16th century scholar who studied witchcraft and marital rape, totally ignoring the history that that abortion was readily available during the framing period of the Constitution, dragging us back to the Dark Ages, to the Middle Ages, erasing decades of progress on women's rights and willfully rejecting all of the evidence of the importance of reproductive freedoms to women's progress. So another purpose of this gift is to enable us to continue fighting for gender equality and to have this law school lead the way. I ask that you use this money for that fight. Use it well. Help me and Mielle raise a lot more of it. A student once said to me that the class she had just taken from me was so hard that it made her brain hurt. I thought that was an amazingly wonderful compliment. So I know you will use this money wisely. I ask that you use it to make your brains hurt. Thank you very much.
Hey, Judy, Miss America, come back. Wonderful. So I'd also like to thank Dean Hackney and my new colleague, Lindsey, as well as my colleague, Jake Hepler, for their support for this terrific program. And a big shout out to Jennifer Giaffi. Thanks, Jen, for all you do. I'd like to thank our fantastic advisory group who keeps me on the even keel throughout the year and especially throughout these pandemic years. They guide and support us in a myriad of ways, and they remain supportive and upbeat. If you are here, please stand up, but I'm going to name everyone. Navjeet Bal, Kelly Bonavie, Professor Emerita Judy Brown, Vanessa Candela, Amy Carlin. You didn't stand up. Douglas. We saw Kelly. Kathy Henry, Sophia Lingos, Christina Miller, Karen O'Malley, Gina Perini, Cynthia Reed, Rachel Rollins, who is incredibly busy these days. I'd like to personally thank our sponsors. This conference would not really be possible without their generous support. Our platinum sponsor is Gina Perini and Somos. Thank you, Gina, for being behind us from the start. We're so grateful. Our three gold sponsors, GTC Law Group, Morgan Brown and Joy, and Nixon Peabody. Thank you, Yudi. Henry Blanchard, our four silver sponsors, Woolston and Stores, Morse, Wilson, Marino, and Bonavie, and Rosenfeld and Rafiq. We're so grateful. Karen, Lisa, Kelly, and I. I'm going to thank our two conference chairs. I'm telling you, you guys, programming is not for the faint of heart right now. It really isn't. Things were rotating and influx all week. We wanted to bring you a live conference, but there's a lot that had to be done to ensure that could be helpful. These two amazing women have been flexible, resilient, kind, humorous, resourceful, fun, creative, and friends, which is so nice. I'd like them both to come up here for a minute and say a few words. All of the biographies, you can point your phone at the QR code in your program, and you can bring up everyone's biography today. So I'm just going to briefly state Lili Palacios Baldwin, class of 98, is the Deputy General Counsel for Labor, Employment, and Litigation with Tufts. She's a dear friend. She had a million great ideas, and she reminded us all the time we can do hard things. Lili, will you please come up? Secondly, Amy Carlin, class of 00. She's the director now of in-house counsel recruiting, Major Lindsey in Africa. If you're looking for a new spot, Amy's your gal. She found motivation in this program to find her new adventure through women in the law. And I think that's wonderful. That's part of what we do here. We want you all to be happy as you can be. Amy. We have a shorthand now because this is our third conference, 2 virtual and 1 live, and a warm and caring spirit and dear friendship. Jennifer, will you come up and make us 2 more Miss Americas? Lili, Lili, you want to say a few words?
Sure. So good morning, everyone. I have to say the energy in this room is so positive and so welcome for me. So I hope that you're feeling it too. When I walked into this law school, when I was deciding where to go to law school, I felt the same feeling. It was a feeling of community, instant community, and I feel it today. This conference is building on that. And I just wanted to encourage everyone in this room to just look around, find somebody that you haven't met and extend the community. And even beyond this conference, and for our folks who are on Zoom, you can do the same with chat. And I see my good friend Tiffany Williams, Brewer, hello, on Zoom. Please do reach out. I've met wonderful and amazing women that I didn't know before at this conference, and they're still and will continue to be friends. So I encourage you to do that. If you can walk out with one person new that you haven't met and that you stay in touch with, that is like amazing. So please enjoy the day. And I know Amy has some other thoughts as well for everybody. And thank you, Mielle, who is really like, she's the mastermind behind all of this. And thank you too to Judy and to Jim and to this amazing law school and all of the leaders and faculty who bring wonderful things to all of us. Thank you.
Thanks, Lili. So for those of you who were here in 2019, maybe you remember I really love having a microphone in my hands. Like it makes me like envision myself as a singer, like my dream that I always wanted to be. But that's not going to happen. But here I am, and I get a mic. So anyway, it's so good to see all of you today, all of you here, and I think that we should all acknowledge, like Judy said, it was hard to get here, right? It was not easy to be here present this morning. So I really thank you and appreciate all of you for doing that and for being here. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to say, I came across this card that a client gave me thanking me. And on the cover, it said, we do not remember days, we remember moments. And that really resonated with me in connection with this conference, because when I think of the conference, I think of moments I had and the interactions that Lili was talking about with others at the conference, hearing something that one of the speakers said that really resonated and touched you in a way that is going to make a difference for you and those around you. So I really encourage you to be present here today. I know that it's difficult, but really, really try to open yourself up to those moments that are possible here at the conference. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Mielle. Mielle deserves so much in terms of thank you. Yeah, someone said it last night at our speakers dinner. Someone said to Mielle, you are someone who is like always lifting people up. Every time you take a look, she is lifting someone up. And I really thank her for lifting me up. And a shout out for Lili too, because I really appreciate Lili and I we didn't graduate the same year, but we were here during the same time frame. And we've always sort of danced around the edges of a friendship. And I'm really, one of the things that's great for me about this conference is that I feel like we're there. Yeah, so thank you, Lili, for that. Lili creates great space for people to really thrive. And so I've appreciated that about you. So thank you all. So happy to be here. We have a great day in store. Much inspiration to come. Thank you.
Great job. If you two could maybe just stand with your Miss America bouquets for 1 second. And in that time, while we're getting one photo, I wanted to point out the app. So there's directions for the app in your program. I really encourage you to download it today if you haven't already. That way you can network after the conference, throughout the day. It's very easy, it's user-friendly, and the instructions are in your program. Lili, Amy, rock stars. So next up, we have a really special treat. It's Tiffany Williams Brewer, class of 1999. She is the chair of the New Jersey State Commission on Investigation. She's also a co-pastor of Transformed Church Global Ministries. She will sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. We're so pleased to have Tiffany with us. Tiffany, take it away.
I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the co-chairs, my friend Lili, Mielle, you're awesome. And I'm excited to see how the conference has expanded. I was blessed to be a part of the very first Women in the Law conference, and I'm glad to still be here 14 years later. I am going to share Lift Every Voice and Sing. Please feel free to sing along with me if you know it, the Black National Anthem. And I'll be singing the first and the third verses. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing arise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, oh God, where we met thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.